Hello, Suffolk Crunch. Thank you for having me on. Shout out to Rich for getting me on the show. Really excited for the game. Have been this international breaks. It's that boring period where it's only been 3 games and we're already looking forward to the first game back. I don't know. I don't know. On a Brighton perspective, I look at Ipswich in quite a good way. Obviously, there was so much talk during the summer with McKenna, with obviously Jeremy Sarmiento, who you had last year as well. McKenna could have obviously been our manager this season, which could be a very different conversation that we're having right now. McKenna's, done very well there. Obviously, back-to-back promotions. Ipswich, actually, I took a bit of an interest into looking into. I think it was when you were in League One, sort of pushing on the higher end of the spectrum. And I think Athletic did an article on you guys, which I gave a read to, because it was sort of saying that you're, not copying Brighton, but trying to sort of do what we've done and replicate, I guess, the success and the trajectory that Tony Bloom's taken us on from, obviously being in League One and League Two to the higher end of the Premier League and competing every season now to get better. I've been a Brighton fan for a long time. I actually remember a game against Ipswich. I think we beat you 3-0. This is the earliest Ipswich memory I have from a while back. And I always remember Freddie Sears as being one of the players that always scored for you guys. But random tangent. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. Obviously, Ipswich been the story to really watch out for. I think this season you could be okay. It's the second season that hurts. You've made really, really good recruitment sort of in the transfer window. I think Rich alluded to it on my podcast as well. You brought in a lot of good players. I didn't realise you signed Calvin Phillips, got to be honest. Obviously very good for Leeds, got a good experience, which is always necessary, but I wouldn't buy into that too much. I'm always the person that looks at not so much experience for the Premier League, but more the talent. It doesn't really matter about that as much as people make it out to be. It's more just getting the balance right in the squad and players that that care about the club, like we do with Jason Steele, like we do with Lewis Dunk and Webster. But then also you've got that balance of having the young players, the players that are getting ready to push on and push the club forward. So it's about having that balance, to say, but I wouldn't get too fixated on the whole old cliches. Ipswich aren't meant to be in the Premier League. They're signing young players. I think it's a great thing. I think you're doing a very good job. It'd be interesting to see how you do. It's the week actually leading up to this game where we got our first ever Premier League win against West Bromwich Albion, weirdly, which is quite ironic actually. An Albion you guys could be playing, and hopefully you don't repeat history and get your first win in the Premier League. As much as I do sort of take a bit of admiration for you guys in the trajectory you've done, and we sort of resonate with you guys. We sort of see through your lenses. I remember very, very vividly sort of getting promoted to the Premier League, and that sort of it's a bit of a fear factor, but it's a bit of a you just enjoy the ride, and that's what I'd say. More than anything, just enjoy this season. Take every game in. If you can beat some of the big boys, it's an absolute dream as well. So, just take it all in and enjoy it. Hopefully, not too much this weekend. On a Brighton perspective, we're looking obviously very strong. We haven't heard from Fabian Hertzler at the time of recording this anyway, as to what our squad news is looking like. But I think we do have Ferdi Kadioglu looking like he's going to be within the squad for the first time. He carried an injury for his debut. Matt O'Reilly's obviously going to be injured, unfortunately. But for the new signings, I think we're looking quite good. Mats Wiefer, hopefully we should get an update on, and he's been a very good looking signing for us. Yankuba Minte should start. Mitoma should start. Joao Pedro should start. So I think it will be a pretty similar team. Obviously, we've had some go with international break. So we're hoping that Joao Pedro comes back fit. We're hoping that Carlos Baleba comes back fit. I think we're feeling good internally. I think the confidence is high, but we don't tend to fare very well when we play as the favourite. And that's always my concern, is when we play a team at home as the favourite, we should win without a doubt. And that's when I don't like us, because we haven't had that this year. I mean, even with Everton, I wouldn't really have put us that favourite level, because we were away from home on the opening day at Goodison, last game at Goodison on an opening day. So I just didn't see that being a win like it was. So yeah, we've surprised me this season, I think. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a tough game. You guys are looking for your first win. You're looking quite strong. You like very tactical battles, which is going to be really interesting. Obviously, with a manager that we wanted against the manager that we've got now in Fabian Hertzler. So it'll be interesting to see how we cope. Although we do quite like it when teams sort of do come at us, because that's when we get to play our best football. Obviously, with Hertz, it's a little bit different. We have got a few more counter-attacks in mind nowadays. But we'll see. Enough said and done. I'm looking forward to the game. And you know what? I'm still going to say we're going to win. But I don't think it's going to be plain sailing. I think we'll get you for quality if we can, and I'm going to call it a 2-1's boring and it's too safe. I'll say 2-0 and I just hope you don't score, but I feel like you might. But I'll go 2-0 because I've got to be confident. There's no point coming on there and predicting the losses there. But thank you very much for having me on, of course, and look forward to playing you. Look forward to seeing how you guys do. I do hope you stay up in a weird way, but not too much for this weekend. Thank you very much and goodbye.